What's good? It's another episode of Jony and Kenton. Gang, gang. If you don't know, I am Jony. I am Kenton. And we out here doing a music review. Once again, giving y'all that heat for the month of September. And where we at right now, Ken?
Yo, we in the beautiful city of Austin, Texas, out here at the Austin Public Library. Keeping it real.
You know what I'm saying? Just came off of ACL. It was a good time out here with friends and the family. Showing the homie around town, man. We're sitting out downtown trying to enjoy our best lives and review some of this music. So without further ado, let's jump right into it with our first category, top 3 new albums of this month. First album I got on here, off the rip, couldn't play any games about it, is Carter 5 by Lil Wayne, aka Tunchi, aka Weezy F Baby. Don't you fucking forget the F. I'm saying. We've been waiting for this album for a while, man.
Yeah, it's been how long? Almost like 6 years?
I was was it senior year of high school when Carter 4 dropped?
It might have been earlier than that. Yeah, I mean, maybe sophomore year of high school.
I think it was junior year earliest, but it was 2011 or 12.
Yeah, but it was a long time ago regardless. This is what we're trying to say.
Thanks. And this has been the longest time we've gone without an official Lil Wayne project, although he's been dropping mixtapes on and off. He's had a lot of label issues to deal with Cash Money Records, the label that his supposed father, Birdman, aka Baby, owns, but he's finally off the contract. He's finally able to give us 5 years of music worth of weight. And he definitely lived up to expectations, let me tell y'all that much. After years of listening to eating pussy lyrics, we finally got substance for Tucci. I appreciate him for that. Some notable tracks off the rip that we could easily talk about. Uproar, of course. It's a famous track off of there. Definitely a fan favorite. Produced by Swizz Beatz. Came out of retirement for a little bit. He hasn't been making beats for anybody. Decided to drop some heat for Lil Wayne. So shout out Swizz Beatz. Overall, I was a really big fan of this project. Just in general, I think that the lyricism that Lil Wayne was finally able to show us after all these years was amazing. The beat selection was great. And honestly, it just felt like a Carter album. I mean, it's been a minute since we've gotten a Carter project, and we all do know they're different than the mixtapes. So to finally get something that's been polished, that's been worked on in the studio, mixed and mastered properly, it was great. You got to see a bunch of throwbacks, like a Mac Main track with the Shante in it. You feel me? That reminded me of the Carter 1. We got some cuts that reminded me of the Carter 2, 3, and 4. And some new stuff, too. We got new flows from Lil Wayne. We got new versions. A great example of that would be Mona Lisa, featuring Kendrick Lamar.
My favorite track off of the project by far. Kendrick snaps. Lil Wayne snaps. And Lil Wayne's giving you real substance bars. Once again, real substance. He's not out here talking about eating pussy all the time. He's really giving you some real life stuff. So, hope y'all like Mona Lisa. We gonna drop it right now.
Nigga turn around, I ain't here to fuck around, caught you with your pants down. You know what it is, put your fucking hands up. Liz, that's enough, you can put your hands down. Then he looked dead at her and he shook his head at her. She a good actress and you a dead actor. You be dead after we get what we after. If Liz call you daddy, she about to be a bastard. Oh, I got way too many bitches that do anything for me, nigga. But thank for me, nigga. Send her to you like she ain't for me, nigga. I hope you alone like bankruptcy, nigga. She pour you a drink, that drink on me, nigga. She slip something in and I bank for me, nigga.
Alright. Nice. And that is the Carter 5. That's my first album that I got on there for our top 3 new albums from this month. The second one I want to get into is an EP, a 5-track EP dropped by the DMV's own Wale called Free Lunch. Now, for those who don't know the behind-the-scenes situation with what was happening with Wale, he felt like the label wasn't doing it right in terms of distribution, was able to finally switch off to Time Warner, and because of that, this EP that he dropped called Free Lunch is the first EP that he's dropped with the new label. And in terms of his ability to distribute the music and get streams and sales, this man has definitely had an increase. And it's worth it because lyrically, I feel like this year, Wale has been officially back for all 3 of the EPs he's dropped on. However, I believe that Free Lunch is still the best one that he's dropped so far this year. It's notable tracks on there would definitely have to be My Boy, featuring J. Cole. We're going to drop that right now.
Get out of here. I say congratulations, your old lady ran a bit. You nigga lazy, my boy. Why you hating my guy? You bought her come back or something. She come and play with your heart. I'm far from a popular artist, one of the hardest, no less than I saw your woman. I call her low like a cardigan sweater. Call her whatever you want. I got my revenue up in Beverly Hills. My ceilings like the Beverly Brothers. Since they want for Lauren, been the same one. I came up in them go-go's, most of them was afraid of. Now kill Mo, say that. Now kill Mo, say that.
I ain't never had no trophy or no motherfucking ribbon. Fuck the system, I'm that nigga. Bend the law, cut the rules. I'm about to risk it all. I ain't got too much to lose. Y'all been eating long enough. It's my turn to cut the food. Pass the plate with my drink. This my day. Lucky you. Fuck you too. Woo! Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Give me some room. Give me some room. Give me the juice. How about the coupe? How about the coupe? How about the shoot? Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Give me the juice.
Did you listen to Kamikaze?
I did. I actually like Kamikaze, and that's a lot for me to say because I'm not an Eminem fan. I will openly say that. I respect him as a rapper. He will forever be one of the top 5 rappers of all time for me, but I just don't like his music. I don't. But this album was great. I think he really came at people head on. He wasn't playing any lyrical word games. He was being very clear about what he was trying to say and what the message was. And on top of that, he even like finessed some common flows that we see today, like the Migos. He finessed their own flow, not necessarily against them, but against the rappers and the artists that were trying to come after him. So I like what he's doing. I like the moves he's making. I don't want him to continue for the rest of his career in that track because, in my opinion, I think he should just stop. But I mean, if he's gonna keep doing rap and keep putting out hot albums like this one, then I have nothing to say. I can't complain about it. Once again, man, he's a great artist, he's a legend, and there's nothing we can really say negatively about him besides revival his ass, and he knows that.
Yep. And it's great because he finally got back to just roasting other artists too. I love how he went after Machine Gun Kelly.
Who do you think won that battle? Machine Gun or him?
Machine Gun Kelly. Oh, actually, Machine Gun Kelly came with a great diss, but Killshot was hard. I mean, the beef itself was relatively petty, so I mean, I don't really give a shit about either sides, but it's great lyricism for both people. I think Killshot was more lyrically impressive, like the words Eminem was able to use, but then I think that Machine Gun Kelly's track, Rap Devil, had way better lyrical content, like just in terms of dissing people. But yeah, I mean, I think Machine Gun Kelly won. I think he fired back appropriately in the right amount of time. He was not waiting on nobody. Some people were saying that he had already wrote Rap Devil and that he put it out, or he promoted it even more just so he could have a diss against Eminem. But I think Machine Gun Kelly is just a hard rapper. Like, he's a hard lyricist, and I don't care what y'all say. Like, his track record shows that. His discography is all successful. This man is the only man that's ever like headlined the Warped Tour as a rap artist and actually sold out the shows. So that alone says something about him as an artist. I mean, he may be slept on just because he's a white boy from Ohio, but regardless, the man can rap. And I think he definitely served Eminem due justice. I mean, Eminem was being hella sensitive about something he said, and he went after him, and then he got the clap back. So that's hip-hop right there. They didn't have to shoot each other. They didn't have to throw hands. They just used them words, and that was successful. That's all we needed. All right, so now we're going to move on to my top 3 albums for this month. Once again, in the month of September, we're out here in Austin, living our best lives, as Lil Duval would say. And I'm going to come in with a little more spiritual album of sorts, maybe. That all depends on your perspective. But I'm going to talk about Lupe's new album, Drogas Wave. It's actually a 2-part album. First part, Drogas, second part, Wave. And he talks about a lot in this album, really. He talks about slavery, some stuff that actually oddly makes what Kanye said about slavery make a little more sense in life, about how we choose some of the own chains that we have. It's not necessarily society that's picking all of the chains for us, and we can choose how to use those in either a positive way or let them hold us back in a negative way.
In the positive way being letting it motivate us to do more and to get out of that system. And the negative way being that we would just pout and sit in our own shitty prejudice, I guess, and try to do something with our lives that's not really productive. So he addresses that directly. And then Wave is just a really cool vibe. Like, this man has bars for days. Like, I don't know if many people know, but Lupe also is representing Chicago, so I'm getting to see something that's not Kanye from a Chicago perspective that's really great, lyrically and mentally, which is a lot in this day and age. So I'm really glad that this album dropped. And there's a lot of notable tracks, man. I mean, this album has so much going on for it in reality. I mean, what is there negative to say about this album? The only thing you could possibly say negative about it is that it's too deep. It doesn't have enough bangers on it, but if you're really a person who enjoys hip-hop, then I think that's not going to matter to you. So some of the tracks that I really liked off of the album, let's see, Wave Files, for sure, was one of the hardest songs on the album. It's super chill, but the bars he drops are so heavy, man. I'm not even going to play it. I just want y'all to just listen to it on your own time and then see what connections you can make with it on your own. But one of the songs I would like to play for you guys is King Nas.
But no sleeping on me, dig deeper than reaching shorty. Scheme for giant green, getting cream sweeter than being corny. Know the difference between being in love and being horny. Being hated, being human, being a teen, but being 40. They like to get them young, like I'm Brigham's son. Be more man in my attitudes, no ladder, rather have a youth. Like the OGs pulling benzos out, then make them put they pussies out like Fred Flintstone's house. Heart blacker than the back of Fred Flintstone mouth. Or maybe more like Baba Quasey, take the Timbo route to be a man now.
King Nas is one of my favorite tracks off of the album by far. I mean, if you want a hip hop banger for the culture today that also has substance, which has been a good theme for this month, I think, then King Nas is definitely a track that you should listen to. And one of the things about this album that I want to mention for sure is that listen to the little like side snippets or side interludes that he has throughout this album. It not only connects the album, but it also has a lot of things to say about the state that we live in today and how you can make your own decisions about the way you want your life to go. So this album is very deep, but it's also a very, very cool, interesting, and fun album. Did you listen to Lupe?
I did. I was actually going to save it for next month for like my 3 other albums in rotation because it's so lyrically deep.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything and just come out off the pocket. But clearly, you've listened to it a lot more than me and have said a lot of really insightful stuff. The things that I will add on that Ken hasn't already mentioned already is really pay attention to the overall motif of like the slave ship in the first half. Yeah. Because when you get to Wave, it makes a lot more sense. I don't want to like spoiler anything, but it's like pay attention to the motif of the slave ship and the transatlantic journey and like what Lupe tries to do into that, because then it falls into Wave in a really cool way. The second thing that I'll mention about Drogas Wave is also, if you get the free time, look up the samples used in this project, because they actually build onto the lyrical themes that Lupe tries to discuss in this album, and also they're just really fucking good samples, you know?
Yeah.
Oldies but goodies.
Sure. Yeah, you said that in the perfect way. I didn't want to talk about the slave ship stuff too much because I didn't know how to say it in a way that would give it away.
Yep.
But I think you phrased that in a very good way. But yeah, so moving on to something lighter for my top 3 albums this month. Definitely YBN, the mixtape. Oh my gosh, man. Texas is representing out here, bro.
We out here.
Texas is really representing, I'm telling you, man. YBN. So first off, YBN Amir. He's kind of like the headliner for the group, I'd say. He's been the one that's been popping off with tracks like is it Bounce With That or Bounce Like That?
Yeah, Bounce With It, Rubbing Off the Paint.
Yeah, Rubbing Off the Paint is the famous one. And he's had a lot of notable tracks, a lot of notable features. And so now he basically put his whole crew on deck on a mixtape. Instead of dropping a solo album, he just dropped a group mixtape, which I think was a great idea, because not only is he promoting himself, but he's also promoting the homies. And the homies can rap. They really can. I was pretty surprised, man.
YBN Corday is nice. Like,
yes.
The fact that he's been able to blow up even without Namir not helping him just really shows a testament to the group. It just shows like how young and wild Texas be getting these days, man.
Yo, wild.
It's real out here in Houston.
Wild. Yo. But for real, alright, so some of the tracks I had off that, I'm just going to talk about two. One of them is Man Down, which is YB and Namir featuring Chris Brown. That song is a banger.
Dang, that track goes hard.
That song is a banger.
Yep.
And my favorite track off the entire project is Two-Tone Drip.
2 phones flip, 2-tone drip. I got the plug on speed dial. Racks on the floor like Newtown. Ooh, got a bitch mad, she pissed off. Zip up the package, shipped off. Red bottles walking no blood. I broke her heart, she ain't getting no love. 2 phones flip, 2-tone drip. I got the plug on speed dial. Racks on the floor like Newtown. Ooh, got a bitch mad, she pissed off. Zip up the package, shipped off. Red bottles walking no blood. I broke her heart, she ain't getting no love. Ooh, what's in my ear? Diamonds.
Two-Tone Drip is flame, bro. Absolutely flame. When he said, I'll make your girl cream like a milkshake, I lost my shit in the car. I lost my shit. That was fire. So yeah, I really like this album. It's really fun. Compared to listening to Drogos Wave, I mean, you went from like the top of intellectual heights to ignorant society shit. So then that's what I need in my life. I need a good mixture of both. So yeah, I really like this album. Do you have any last thing to say about this album?
It's a slapper.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's nothing more to say, guys. It's a slapper.
It's a slapper.
Also, I want to throw it a little international here. If you guys are into British hip hop, not necessarily grime, but just British hip hop, then many of you have probably heard of Dizzy Rascal. If you haven't, then hopefully my introduction of my third album for top 3 albums this month will introduce you to him. He has an album called Don't Gas Me.
Feel so good I might rock my sliders. Walk through the man and giving out high fives and make some big dirty rhythm for the riders. Drop a couple jewels for the miners. Can't forget the OGs and the old timers. Might go find me a couple fine diners. Couple entrees and a couple appetizers. No, I don't drink appetizer. Feel so good I might buy me a German whip with the ceiling gun, make a turn and dip with the bass on max. Yeah, they heard my shit. Yeah, they heard my shit. Streaming, no CDs, no burn and skip. But the playlist there I don't burn and rip. On the M25, yeah, swerve and slip. Yeah, swerve and slip.
It's a very short album. Technically calls it an album, even though it's only like 5 songs. So it would, by American industry standards, be like an EP or an LP. But it's great. It's freaking great. It's like house hip hop music over British bars, and I mean real British bars. So what more can you ask for? I mean, if you really like British hip hop, or you just like the way British people sound and you've always wondered what they sound like on a hip hop record, this will introduce you to it very well. Because he's a little bit lighter than Skepta. Skepta sometimes can get real deep into his lyrics. So
And dark for sure.
So it's good that we're able to get a good mixture of both. We're getting good bars, but also gonna have a good time. And don't gas it. So it's cool stuff, man. If you guys are trying to turn up, go out with your girls, go out with your homies at night, Don't Gas Me is a great playlist to have in your rotation. What do you think about Don't Gas Me?
I haven't heard the track yet, so I need to.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, check out that album. I hope you guys like it. That's my top 3 albums for this month. And now we're going to switch to our top 3 other albums.
So I got the new No Name project.
All right. You got Room 25.
Yep, of course. I got Room 25 on there. What else did I also have on my playlist?
Iridescence.
I did have Iridescence by Brockhampton. Texas's own, bro. So yeah, the second album that I got on here for other albums in rotation is once again Texas's own, straight out of San Marcos, the home place of fine Latinas. Brockhampton came through with Iridescence. Now I know everybody was talking a bunch of hoopla before this album came out because one of the main members of Brockhampton, aka the not bisexual dude, got caught with a sexual assault charge and kind of shut down a lot of the tour after Brockhampton 3. But it's all good. The group is back, and honestly, I think they are even better without this guy in rotation. The reason why is because in Iridescence, you start to get a lot more of diversity throughout the production of the whole project itself. The thing that I really liked about the album in general was the mix of acoustic guitar and also talking about individual stories from other members of the group. outside of Kevin Abstract, who is the fucking man. Shouts out Kevin Abstract. You feel me? Love the project overall. If you've never heard of Brockhampton before, I know we've talked about it previously on the podcast, but they are a dynamic group of producers, video directors, artists, all of this stuff. They work as a group, so people switch off on rotation. Some people will be the artists for certain songs. Some people direct, produce, and it's awesome. It's really similar vibe to Odd Future. All love 2011, 2012.
Baby boy, why you looking grimy as shit? I make the wristwatch every time it's on my seat. If I could colors on my nigga with my mama think we cut the weapon to this Mickey's business.
Trading a new state, put around us for a Cuban link. So my ancestors could see me shine and tell me what you think. I remember the illusions that they tried to move to me. That pollution still ain't still my evolution. What you choosing? No chip on my shoulder, 100 knees under the sea.
Yeah, man, I think that's a great way to break it down for everybody. I mean, I really like Brockhampton. I previously had not listened to like any of their music until this album came out, and I really like the cover art, and they've been blowing up everywhere. I mean, this is their 4th studio album, so I figured I should give it a try, and I listened to it, and I really like the album. It gives me hardcore Gorillaz vibes, but more chill than Gorillaz was back then. Like back in like 2002 when Gorillaz was like at their height. I think Brockhampton, it gives you a little bit of that, but then it's also a lot more hip-hop oriented. So it's different, man. You get so many different types of music all somehow blended together into like one singular song for them. But it's great because you can also touch many different audiences that way. So I really like this album. What kind of notable tracks do you have for this album?
Dude, I like the whole album.
The whole album?
Yeah, that was the thing. I think I'm gonna randomly just drop a track on here.
Alright.
Because I still haven't decided yet.
Alright.
I like a lot of songs off this album, to be honest. But maybe it's because I have Texan bias now.
Yeah, that's fair. If I had to pick a song that I like off the album the most, it would definitely be Honey. It would definitely be Honey.
Yeah, that song's awesome.
The switch up at the end of Honey is so sick. Yeah. It's so sick. And the way, I don't know if they're making all of the beats themselves or if they're getting help from outside producers, but just the way they use their voice to complement the sounds coming out of the
in-house. They do that.
See, that's crazy. That's what makes them such a great band to me, honestly.
For real.
It's the way they use sounds. It's not only that you can hear the sounds, it's that you can feel the emotion from the sounds that they're saying. Like, they can make a song go from really happy to really sad in an instant by one single sound. So this is a really great group, and I hope you guys really like the song.
For sure. But to quickly jump back to the first album that I was talking about before we got onto Iridescence by Brockhampton, I had mentioned my first album that I had in rotation, and that was Room 25 by No Name Gypsy.
Maybe this is an album you listen to in your car when you're driving home late at night, really questioning every god, religion, Kanye bitches. Maybe this is an entrance before you get to the river, a heaven before the heathen, no reason for you to like me. Maybe this your wifey just wanting a clean divorce. The baby ain't really yours, it's really for baby's teeth and the chicken wings under season. Y'all really thought a bitch couldn't rap, huh? Maybe this your answer for that. A crack era, the Reagan administration that niggas are still scared of.
Otherwise known as just No Name. Room 25, I feel the same way about it that I do Iridescence. I can't choose a particular song off of this, but I love No Name as an artist overall. If you did not hear her first project and you do like Room 25, please go check out her first debut project. It is literally the same quality, which is astonishing because each album is above quality compared to other mainstream artists. Like the fact that No Name doesn't have a label behind her, that she doesn't have distribution or an A&R working on her behalf, and she's just a local artist out of Chicago, just being this beautiful poet laureate. I mean, it's really impressive. And the production, of course, is really got a big Chicago feel to it, very similar to stuff that you would find on Smino and Chance the Rapper, because all of those producers also got in on this Room 25 project. I'm talking Peter Cottontail, I'm talking Saba Production, a bunch of other stuff. Them people are also producers on this.
So good.
Right?
So good.
So it's really a big new Chicago sound, but it's one that you're familiar with if you listen to artists such as Chance the Rapper, Joey Perp, or Smino, or Mick Jenkins, because Mick Jenkins actually shares a lot of the producers that No Name uses on this project as well.
Yeah, no, I really like this album. Overall, I think one thing that I should clarify about what you said is this album is the same quality, meaning it's high quality.
Yeah.
But also, it's not the same in that the content's the same. This is a different No Name. The last album was the introduction to No Name. This was what's my story, what do I stand for, what are my morals. This album is, I'm having fun. I've hit the peak. I've hit one of the peaks in my career. I'm finally moving up in progress. Like, I'm finally establishing myself as a celebrity rapper in this hip-hop game. And now I'm going to tell you about the nights when I'm in Montego Bay, getting mad bitches, living my best life. And that's what she's doing as a beautiful black young queen. So, shouts out to No Name.
For real.
Yeah.
Now, to finally move into my last album that I had in my rotation, aka my third other album that I have in rotation. I gotta look it up. Of course, we knew we were gonna review this East Atlanta Love Letter by Black. Damn, this was a good album. This is such an underrated album. If you are a fan of R&B, hip-hop, just in general, you already know the man. Straight out of Atlanta, held it down for the scene. Probably gave us some of the best R&B I've heard from a new artist since Bryson Tiller. That's high praise. And he came back with an even better, more introspective album this time. I know previously, a couple months ago, we premiered the song Switch, which was the lead single off this album. It's a great project, but throughout, I would definitely recommend listening to East Atlanta Love Letter front to back, because Black is trying to tell a story about how fame has kind of corrupted his love for the music that he makes and the relationships around him, especially when it comes to love interests.
Yeah, man, I can't say anything else about the album. I mean, I listened to it a couple times, and it's a Black album. It's high quality. It's gonna be really intense love songs, and it's gonna be some real stuff at the same time. So if that's something you're looking for in an album, then you should definitely take a listen to it. A really hard time trying to figure out like what 3 other albums I was gonna put in, because I wasn't expecting September to drop so many albums at once.
That's true. That's hella true.
But it's also been a good thing though, so I'm excited that I've gotten the chance to listen to so much new music. And since I've been doing a lot of writing lately, when I write, I usually listen to music, so I've got to be exposed to more things.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. You can keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. Are we still in? Still good? Yeah. Okay. So the other 3 albums I have in rotation right now, one is Young Sinatra 4 by Logic. Definitely a clean Logic Hard Bars mixtape. If you guys don't know who Logic is, he's one of the biggest rappers today in society. One of the biggest white rappers in society today, even though he's mixed, he's not really white, but besides the point. This album is great. This is supposed to be his last Young Sinatra mixtape, so I don't know if this will be the last mixtape he drops with just all hard bars. But what I do know is that this man's not stopping anytime soon. He's been putting out hit after hit after hit, and he's been putting out hit after hit after hit with a message, which is something that a lot of rappers aren't doing today. So all props and praise to Logic, and I hope that he really succeeds in the rest of his career. Some notable tracks I have off of this album in particular. I'll just talk about one of them. So one of the songs that I like is one of the other ones. The freestyle that he put out, the Wu-Tang freestyle, was good. I really like that. But one of the other tracks he has is Ordinary Day.
It was an ordinary day until I saw you crawl around my way, and the night goes on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on. Oh, alright,
is a really freaking good song. I don't know why. It feels like the most Logic song that he released off of this project. But it was really great. It's really fun. It's really upbeat. And Logic is giving you clean bars with nice, beautiful vocals, supplemented by some lady that I don't really know who she is, but she is doing her damn thing on the song, and that's really all that matters. Yeah, so Young Sinatra 4, I hope you guys check it out. I hope you guys like it. The next album that I'm going to get into here, I'm definitely going to get a lot of flack for, but it's got to be said. 15 by Bad Barbie.
Wanna love me cause I'm famous. Wanna try me cause I'm famous. Whole world know what my name is. Running for me could be dangerous. Hearing whispering cause I'm famous. Taking pictures cause I'm famous. I ain't budging, I ain't changing. It don't matter that I'm famous. Everywhere I go they screaming bad baby. If I see a hating hoe, she a mad baby. See your bitch, I know she a fan. Running up, about to get these hands. See the guap in between the bins. See the Porsche in between the bins.
I know, I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it at this point in time. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Bad Barbie, man. She makes really ignorant, good music that I'm sure 15 to 16-year-old girls are fighting in the streets listening to. But they're great. And she's got really great features. Like, she's got YG on there. She's got 2 other prominent female rap artists on there that I can't remember at the time. And she's also just giving you straight bangers. Like, every single track is a banger. There are no slow songs. She even has a Ty Dolla $ign song right here. If you get a Ty Dolla $ign cosign, clearly you're doing something right. He's not just gonna do music with anybody. This man really cares about the art and his artist. So for him to co-sign Bad Barbie means that she's doing something right only at the age of 15. So yeah, it sucks for me to say because I really wanted her to not succeed because I am a terrible person in society like that. But she's succeeding, man, and I'm not gonna knock a female who's doing her thing. I feel like she's doing a great job and she can keep it up and continue to be successful. So I hope that goes well for her. And then the last album that I'm going to talk about is a little different of an album. It's more of a low-key album that a lot of people may not know who this guy is, but his name is Internet James.
Internet, you foolish. Fooling around in comment, they got songs. You was Cupid, rocking human race. I felt superhuman in the blue ones. Trip cooler than you losers. I'm cooling on Stone Island. Stone, Stephen, Willie, whoa. No wonder why I'm the flyest. Bought it now, bought it twice. Back from when I couldn't buy it. Buy it, saying, chow, wow. Italian, I'm leather down. Wish my grandpa could see me. Grandpa be proud. I ain't dumb it down. My go-go gadget flow. Go-go. I'm the little weapon from Mount Moko. I'm going global. Superstar, baby. Hey, I done gave you the whole game.
He has an album called Keep It Clean. It's one of the funnest, lyrically funnest albums that I have heard probably this last half of the year, which has been like the last 2 months. So I really like it. I think that he's done a great job with a lot of his music. He's kind of flown under the radar with artists like Jay Prince, or some other underground hip-hop artists in the Canada, like Britain area. But Internet James is really out here doing his thing, man. And he's from Maryland, which doesn't get a lot of love. So shouts out to my homies out there in the DMV or Maryland area. I know y'all really like Internet James probably, so I'm glad someone's holding it down for you out there. Some notable tracks that I have is Memories, which is a great song. He has Where We Go, and then Better Without You, featuring Pusha T. The man has a Pusha T track, and he's from Maryland. That's gotta mean something to somebody out there, I know. And he's really doing his thing, so I hope you guys really enjoy this album. Keep It Clean by Internet James once again. And those are my 3 other albums in rotation.
Oh wow, that was great timing. Three songs from this month. So, first one that we got off here, I know Kenton already mentioned off his list, but I gotta bring it back. SOB RBE, that's the fucking gang, bitch.
Oh, for sure.
Fucking gang.
For sure.
Straight out the Bay Area, aka the Yay area. Shouts out to Bayhall. You know what I'm saying? It's a great area for certain types of people. If you white, don't run up. Otherwise, you're gonna get dumped. But Mention SOBRBE because I'm about to drop a track right now from them off of Game 2 called Made It.
SOBRBE, that's the game, bitch. We came up from none, now we famous. I know niggas hate that I made it. I know niggas hate that I made it. Shop leaving nigga faceless. Codeine in my cup, what I'm drinking. My mama tell me it's a damn shame. If I could redo my life, I wouldn't change it. Up that Glock on that boy and he froze up. Show bitch 10 toes down, I'm 10 toes up. If a nigga want problems, we smoke 'em. He won't see me on that block if I ain't told him.
And now we've made it. Alright, so the second track that we got off of here comes from the man, the R&B legend himself, Jacquees, with the remix, the controversial remix that everybody has been talking about. So the original song is made by Ellie Mai, who, if you don't know, made probably one of the bigger summer smashes of the year and Boot Up. That's the same artist who made the original track. However, before she released the song officially, called Trick, Jacquees kind of beat her to it by taking the beat for the song that she was going to record and already preemptively made a remix for it. The problem and the controversy comes from Jacquees releasing his remix before the original song came out. And because that was the case, they had to cut the song. Ellie Mai's people came in, took it out, and now Jacquees is getting no credit for the remix whatsoever. And the damage has already been done. It's too late.
The remix was better than the original version.
Exactly.
And as two up-and-coming new artists, even though Jacquees is a little more established than LMI is, this is a big deal. This is her follow-up single for Boot Up. This is the one that establishes if she's going to be a one-hit wonder or not, and it got stripped from her. So, Jacquees doesn't really see the issue in this, and I think that's just because he's young. But if you want to hear a more intensive debate about this, you should definitely tune in to State of the Culture on Revolt, featuring Joe Budden, Scotty Beam, and some other complex nigga, and Remy Ma. So,
Jinx.
Jinx.
Yeah.
Featuring Jinx and Remy Ma.
Facts. I don't know, you listen to the remix? Did you listen to the remix before it got taken down?
I didn't get a chance to listen to the remix before it got taken down, but I hear it's all over the darknet, if you know what I mean.
And I be on the darknet, so guess what? We dropping it right now. This is a world exclusive.
You got me running around and
So yeah, that's the Jacquees Trip remix. Shouts out Jacquees, amazing artist. And if you're trying to find the full version of the song, you can't on your local streaming service. It's not on Spotify. It's not on YouTube. You can't find it anywhere on the internet. But there is one place on the internet you can legally find this song if you're desperate enough to look for it. And people have done this so much that it has now become a trending search. Guess what that website is? Pornhub.
And shouts out to Pornhub for always keeping it real for us.
Right? I love how people are using Pornhub for non-pornographic reasons now. Like,
that's what it should be used for.
For real. Like, if you're trying to bootleg a movie, like, I don't want to watch, like, Pokemon the movie and have to buy a DVD. Fuck that, dude. I'm going to go down to Pornhub and find the whole movie for free. Why pay for a Netflix subscription at this point? But now, moving on to my final track that I want to shout out here for these three main songs from the month. We got the one, the only, I Love It, by Kanye West featuring Lil Pump.
I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck, I like my dick suck, I buy you a sick truck, I buy you some new tits, I get you that nip tuck. How you start a family, the condom slipped up. I'm a sick fuck, I'm inappropriate, I like hearing stories, I like that hoe shit, I wanna hear more shit, I like the whole shit. Send me some more shit, you trifling hoe, bitch. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it.
Listen, Kanye's on some fuck shit. I don't like Kanye right now. I don't really agree with anything that Kanye believes as a person, but this Lil Pump track slaps. And it sucks, because originally, before I illegally downloaded it, I did give Kanye some streaming money. I don't feel ethically proud about it, but it is what it is. And guess what? I am a sick fuck. Who likes to quick fuck? He knew his demographic with this one. He got me.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that line, and it's a Lil Pump song. with Little Pump quality lyrics, aka terrible, but with 2006 Kanye bars. It's like, if you can save any song, it's with 2006 Kanye bars.
I felt like I got a Gold Digger remix out of that. Like, that's how the Kanye verse felt like. It felt like I got a late registration Kanye verse.
That's 100% accurate, actually.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel.
And that's why I fuck with this song, but I'm still canceling Kanye.
Yeah, man, I don't support anything he does or says anymore. So, I'm sorry, Kanye, you're kicked out of the culture for me.
Yeah.
It's done.
And we'll talk about this a little bit more once we get into the Boston section.
Yeah, because I'm going to bring that Boston for sure. Don't worry, I'm going to bring it. Alright, so my top 3 songs of the month that I'm going to hit y'all with. First one is a young, upcoming artist that many of you may not know about. No, I'm just playing, y'all know who he is. Back on my shit, Jaden Smith.
Yeah, put the bass on a million, see they face on a trillion. Don't think they know who they dealing with. Ain't an album, it's a pilgrimage. Feel it yet, feel it yet, feel it yet, feel it yet. I'ma handle that in a sec. CIA got me in a mess, in a mess, in a mess, in a mess, in a mess. Had to step up out the trenches, better stay up on my mentions. I'm aware of your extensions, we should just handle the tension. Well, give me a second, cause me and the clique about to travel dimensions, let's go.
He's back on his shit again. This man keeps bringing us heat. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know like where his inspiration is coming from, or if he's just feeling the sauce right now. This man is bringing heat. Pure heat. Straight out of Calabasas. And maybe it's because he's a Smith. Maybe it's just in his genes to be successful. I don't know. But what I do know is he looks great, sounds great, and he's doing great things. Shouts out to Just Water.
Yeah. So, go cop some Just Water if you can, man. Support the people.
Yeah, Just Water. Sponsor us. Just sponsor us. Because, I mean, we're out here. We need sponsors too. Like, I mean, yeah. Dude. The youth. Alright, yeah, my next song for this month is definitely an Atlanta banger and an international banger from the young Quavius himself, Hot Summer, a DJ Morel song featuring the Migos. One of the funnest looking videos I have seen probably in the past 3 months by far. This man is just Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in this whole video.
Yeah.
This whole video.
Huncho was in his bag.
He was definitely in his bag. And my boy Takeoff is taking off. He's taking off. That was a hard takeoff bar, bro.
Yeah.
Hard takeoff bar.
There was no ascendance. He just took off.
He was already gone.
Yeah.
Already gone when the song started. You know Takeoff's about to drop a hot bar when you hear a when as soon as he goes to that, it's done.
When there's no mama ad-lib right before the track drops, that's when you know he's going in.
He's already ready. He's primed and ready. So yeah, Momo. I hope you guys like that, and give it a quick listen. So yeah, and then my final top song for this month is coming from an artist that none of you probably know about, and I prefer it that way because I like finding shit first because I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick fuck. Alright? It's called Plastic by Sake Hands.
I see it, I want it, I gotta have it. I want it, I need it, that's what that plastic. Ooh, I'm living lavish. See, I buy everything with a broken heart. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. Do you wanna get like me? Spend some things on me. 2003, 2003.
Alright. Great track. I hope you guys like it. Cool.
Alright, shall we move on to our 3 other songs that we got in rotation?
Dude, yeah, let's get on it. This was one of the hardest categories for me to figure out too because there's so many good tracks that came out this month. I don't know what was going on in September, but people were like, I'm not going to drop anything in August because of Travis. So I guess it all got to come out in September. That's a completely logical argument. I mean, I wouldn't want to drop around Travis either.
So the first track that I got on here that we got to talk about for the show is by the man himself, straight out of Harlem, holding it down for my African people. He's been on the runway. He's balled with Mo Bamba. You've seen him all in and about, but you never knew who he was because he's been a mud boy. That's right, Sheck West with the final slapper before the album releases. Live Sheck West, die Sheck West.
I done hustle, stolen DVDs to sell it badass, but now that Sheck West name up, everybody's showing love. If a nigga wants static, they gon' have to fuck him up because I live Sheck West, bitch, I'm dying Sheck West. Live Sheck West, bitch, I'm dying Sheck West. Live Sheck West, bitch, I'm dying Sheck West. Live Sheck West. Live Sheck West, bitch, I'm dying Sheck West.
Now listen, if y'all aren't big up on Sheck West, don't worry. I wasn't prior to this month. But guess what? You finally here, and he hasn't blown up yet, which means you can somehow take credit for his come up by being a hipster bitch. And guess what? I'm gonna do the same right now. Live Sheck West, die Sheck West doesn't have much to offer lyrically. But what it doesn't have to offer lyrically, it does have to make up for it in terms of energy. If you are trying to get into a mosh pit, if you were trying to turn up at the club, if you were just trying to look like a hype beast and try to talk about clout, you're gonna want to put on some Sheck West. Shouts out the man just signed to Cactus Jack, Travis Scott's music label, and just got his first big apparel co-sign deal with Jordan Brand. So I'm excited to see what he does in terms of cooperating with the NFL, NBA, and then also just his overall individual career, because not only is he a rapper, he's a basketball player and a model. This man has the trifecta of perfect stuff that you would want from an artist. This man's got a baller ass life, and he's only doing it at 20. Shouts out Sheck West and shouts out the Spaghetti Boys. You know what I'm saying? Spaghetti Boys! Next track I got on here is New Patek by Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh yeah. Frank Mueller making brand on my wrist. Frank Mueller making brand on my wrist. New roller making brand on my wrist. AP making brand on my wrist. New Richard on my wrist. Got $1 million that's all in my bank. New Patek on my wrist. White diamond and them shits in pink. Got coin to go get a mink. New finger ring sit like a sink. You a bad bitch, then we can link. Hit the shower, you might stink. Bitch bag and they all might great. And she said little Uzi so great. How you deal with all that hate? Shut a bitch, now give me my green.
The man himself, of course, Lil Uzi dropped a new track, it's fire. I don't even gotta say anything else. The one thing that I will say though, is that this is the longest Lil Uzi song that I've ever heard him make. I was like, wait a minute, Lil Uzi made a song that was longer than 2 minutes and 20 seconds?
Yes.
What is going on here?
Yes.
Turns out, he freestyled all of New Patek. One session, no written lyrics. That's fucking impressive. Great track, of course, you can hear the keys, Zaytoven inspired, great beat, and LeBron's also bumping that in his car, and they're bumping that at the Lakers practice right now. Yeah, I don't even got anything else to say. If you don't know who Lil Uzi is, crawl the fuck back in your hole, because he's been out here in these streets, and he's been out here getting bangers, getting banged, and copping all the new Gosha Babinski.
For sure, man. And one more thing about New Patek is, not only was that a whole freestyle, that wasn't the end of the freestyle. If you listened at the end of New Patek, he's still rapping. They just faded out. He's still rapping. This man is still going.
Even the producer is like, alright, this is too much heat.
Yeah,
we gotta
like,
continue this.
I can't do this anymore. Can't do this. And once again, this is a Timex. This is not a New Patek. So Just Water, you could sponsor boy once again. Could I get a New Patek at some point? Maybe.
I don't think that's how that works.
No. I'm gonna try, because what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose?
That is a very, very good point. So, the final track that I got on my list for my 3 other songs in rotation would have to be Sin by Young Thug featuring Jaden Smith.
Man, fuck all y'all. Everything I do is for us only. Only us. None of y'all other niggas. So God.
Hey, I'm dripping again. The way that I drip this shit should be a sin. Hey, divorce all my friends. I'm not at me, go by the trap like the beans. Hey, they told me don't spin. I went got them racks and I did it again.
Now, Ken did a great job of summarizing what Jaden Smith's been doing He's been on a journey, and I know earlier you asked, how did Jaden Smith keep consistently bringing out such heat? Like,
How?
where is the heat coming from?
Where does it come from?
I think I got an explanation behind this. Guess
right.
who Jaden Smith went on tour with this summer?
Oh, who did he go on tour with this summer?
Young Thug.
Oh,
Boom! Surprisingly enough, inspiration inspired other inspiration. You feel me?
yup.
Steel sharpens steel. That's what we got here between the Jaden Smith track, and now that's what we also got in this amazing collaborative piece that they did record on tour together called Sin. Shouts out Young Thug. Shouts out Jaden Smith.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this album or this mixtape that Young Thug dropped, as if it's really good or not compared to his previous projects. And Young Thug's like Gucci, man. He puts out a lot of songs, a lot of projects. Are all of them gonna hit? No, but 80% of that mixtape hits. So if you guys really like Young Thug, you're definitely gonna like this mixtape, and you're definitely gonna like this song.
All right, what do you got for your 3 other songs in rotation?
Alright guys, it's been a long September listening to music, and I finally was able to narrow this down to three songs that I like. Now, caveat, there are a lot of good songs that came out in September, so I'll run through at the end like a quick little list of some of them that are really hot still that you guys should listen to, but most prominently these 3. 1, Yearnin' by 7 Streeter.
My heart is yearning for you. You don't let me say it to my face. I don't give a fuck about what you say. So, yeah, caught up in a rush like I'm Baker. Yeah, I'ma need to check the conversation. Hurt your feelings, shit, I don't know what to say. Try to make it physical, I fuck around and get your case. Yeah. Now you wanna start on complications. Yeah, pussy niggas always talking crazy.
7 Streeter is already the daughter of a prominent music artist. She's married to B.O.B., but she is her own woman. She had her own fame before she married B.O.B., and she did not catch the clout off of her father to start her music career. She can actually sing. And the flip that she does on some classic old school tracks in this song is amazing. I haven't seen vocal variety like this from her ever. And I really like it. And I like how the producer was able to pair the beat directly to her lyrics. So this is cool. I hope you guys enjoy this. And I hope that this gets your fall season started off right. You can still turn up in the fall. It doesn't have to be the summer to turn up. So yeah, listen to Yearnin' while I'm yearning for these likes, comments, and subscribes.
Nice.
And this sponsorship by Just Water. Once again, your homies out here thirsty. I need a sponsor. So the next track that I got in rotation for this month is Old Age by Masego.
Why'd you say that? Young girl, she don't give me jokes, I'm references. Old lady, she ain't with the tech or the messages. Young girl, love dance getting sorta decadent. Old lady, tied up, she ain't even stressing kids. You can cook me a plate after we make back in the day. I ain't your man. You don't know your body yet. You don't know your body yet.
So Masego dropped a mixtape called, or an album, his second album.
Well, the pink shirt was an EP, right?
EP, so this first album called Lady Lady. This is some old school, I'm trying to slide up in your panties type stuff. Not in your DMs, in your panties. Like, he's out here talking directly to grown-ass women.
He's old dogging it.
Even in the beginning of the song, he's talking to an older lady, saying, "Hey, Charlie, I want that. You got a fatty."
Yeah, you can't pull up on a shawty and call her Charlie. That's crazy.
And she replies, "But I got a son." And he says, "I know you got a son. I want that."
That's crazy.
That's some grown man moves.
Hey, shout out to Masego for knowing his demographic.
That's some grown man moves, man. And he plays the saxophone like no other person I've ever heard. So clearly he can get any woman he wants to, no matter what her age is. And an honorable mention that's in this album that pairs very well with Old Age is the 24-hour relationship interlude. I don't know if y'all heard that interlude, but it is featuring the Bay, the Queen, the Bay Area beauty herself, Baylani.
3 seconds.
AKA Kaylani. We're not going to talk about that today because we're in Austin, Texas. We're not in the Bay Area. But she was looking at both of us. Now, Bailani, once again, gives absolute great dialogue with Masego, talking about what it's like after a one-night stand with somebody. Like, when you have a one-night stand with somebody that you actually like, and from the female perspective, what's going through her mind, and from the male perspective, what's going through his mind at the same time, it's so cool. It's so real, and it's so cool. So I hope you guys are able to connect to that and really enjoy that. And the last track I got is a little different of a track. It's more similar to Plastic by Sake Hands that I mentioned before. It's actually produced by one of my favorite producers of all time, Wave Racer. Once again, he's out here producing the hottest of hot tracks. And it's a song called Queen of Me by Liz.
What you gonna do when you're all alone, feeling a fool? You're gonna wish you would've had this baggage, cause I'm the motherfucking baddest. Got me sitting up top of this food chain, running this block, running the chain gang. Everybody picture that'll put your body, wake up in the morning feeling out of
Wave Racer puts the greatest flip on this song that I've heard from him in a really long time, because he hasn't put out new music. And I need you to put out new music, Wave Racer. I'm really missing you, man. Pause, no homo, but I'm really missing your music, man. So yeah, that's my 3 songs I got in rotation for this month. I hope you guys like it. And now we're gonna get into my favorite section of the podcast.
Shout them out.
That bosses. All the latest and greatest music, gossip in the culture today. We gonna talk about it. And so, do you have anything you want to kick this off with before I get into it?
Man, Kanye is fucking cooning, bro. Jesus Christ. Y'all see that SNL shit? That was so bad.
Yeah, we're going to get into it.
Let's not even get into the monologue part. I'm just talking the performance right now. Like I said before, I love the song. I love it. I mean, it's on my list. Y'all already know. But that performance was absolute ass.
Yeah, that was weak.
The concept of doing the sparkling or still water, all right,
that was funny. That was funny, but it was whack.
Yeah, it's like Kanye tried to double down on a really, really cheesy idea. Like, it shouldn't have worked the first time, but just based off the way it was executed, the music video worked. It was like, oh, it's funny, they're wearing bigger clothes. Kanye's flipping the slipper idea.
Yeah.
Like, and just kind of trolling himself. But then, like, when he did it with the water bottles, it didn't even make sense. So now you're just a nigga wearing a giant water bottle.
Well, he says in the song between the difference between sparkling and still.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's what he was referencing with the SNL performance. But once again, it was trash. The funniest thing I saw in that whole performance was Kanye trying to hit the shoot.
Oh my
like
gosh.
An absolute fool.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
And I don't know if that's because of the suit. I'd like to think it's because of the suit, but nah, it's just Kanye being trash at the shoot.
I think that was Kanye's first dad moment on TV.
Oh, for sure. He had a Dadderson Paak moment, for sure. But not as cool as Dadderson Paak.
No.
Shouts out to Dadderson Paak.
Anderson .Paak is the only person who can come off as a cool dad. Kanye, that was ass. Don't ever hit the shoot. You are too old for that.
Yeah, and actually, as this month was progressing, in the beginning of September, I was like, okay, there's hope. He put out a funny but great track. I like it. I actually love it. And I even wrote down, is Ye out of the sunken place? Because Ye was walking around in Chicago, addressing some of the stuff he had on his heart. He was waiting for the train to pass, trying to get at Nick Cannon, but, that didn't really work out well, even though he should go on Wild 'N Out so he can get clowned the fuck out of on that show. But then, when this SNL stuff happened, I immediately wrote, Ye out of the sunken place, ? Nah, SNL. Because that ruined it for me. That very moment ruined it for me, man. So, Ye, I don't know what you're doing, but according to me, I don't know about Jony, but according to me and High 97, we're done with you.
Yeah.
There's no more second chances. I'm done.
I just don't understand even what he's seeing. Like, I know he's trying to be on this love everybody thing, but you can't wear a Kaepernick shirt and a MAGA hat.
No.
Or now you're just saying nothing. You're just a walking contradiction. And I know he's been inspired by, like, Andy Kaufman, and he's really trying to be on this, like, attention whore, I'm a troll, trolling you, my Truman Show boat is finally hitting the wall type of deal. And that's not how you go about doing that. Even if that is your goal, you're not saying anything of substance to portray that idea. Now you just look like a dude who's wearing a Colin Kaepernick sweater and a MAGA hat. So you believe in nothing. The Colin Kaepernick thing believes one thing. The sweater is one thing. The hat believes something else on the exact opposite. You put both of them on together, you don't absorb the best of both parts. You just end up canceling each other out and saying nothing at all. It's just dumb. We don't know where this man's views stand, but we do know Kanye fucks with Trump because Trump is a dude who gets to do whatever the fuck he wants, whenever the fuck he wants. And Kanye likes doing that as well. If he tells you anything else, that's bullshit.
He even has a line where he says, "The MAGA hat, let me slide in." Because he's just trying to get in the room now.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get in the room using the MAGA hat, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think that is the worst idea he could have ever had.
Yeah.
But I'm going to move off Kanye because I'm sick of hearing about Kanye. I'm sick of talking about him. No one on the radio wants to talk about it anymore, so let's talk about something else. Another sad but bossy moment is Big Love by the Black Eyed Peas. So the Black Eyed Peas released a song this month called Big Love. They were trying to talk about mental health and all of the gun violence that's been going on in America. I can't say across the world because it's specifically just America, and how we don't have the systems in place to deal with this, and we're not actively trying to make a difference against it. Some of us are in society, but the ones who run society are not trying to make a strong case against this. And so they address it with the song Big Love, but Big Love got no love on the internet. And will.i.am got on Instagram Live and he started complaining about how after one day Kanye's I Love It could get over 1 million views, over 10 million views, and Big Love had been on YouTube for at least 2 weeks and had absolutely not even close to 2 million views. Yeah. For a Black Eyed Peas song, that's tough, man. But I think what will.i.am came to realize was that people don't really give a fuck about the issues until it pertains to them. They just don't care.
That's true, especially the youth.
Yeah, they just don't care unless it affects them. And that may seem very different for him because he's a man who's in a position, or who's been in a position where he could help a lot of people growing up and throughout his life. And so maybe now he cares a lot more than what he did as a youth. I don't know, I can't speak on him as a person. But what I can say is don't let these views reflect your purpose. Like, don't let them affect your purpose, because the age of the gigantic song changing the world for better is gone. That doesn't exist anymore. So you need to find a new method or mechanism to try to reach more people. With the will.i.am, like I Am empowerment movement with STEM and technology, I think you're doing great things with that, and I feel like you should put your efforts towards that. I'm not saying you shouldn't make music anymore. I like Big Love. I think it's a great song, but I think that age is dead. I feel like I only like that song because I was in the generation where those songs happened.
Yeah.
The new age generation are not really going to care about that song. They don't even know who the Black Eyed Peas are, for real. So if you guys want to get back into this culture and try to release a song like that, you need to come out here and drop some My Hump shit first, and then drop something like that, which is sad to say, but that's the reality of our world today. So
that's the way to do it, though, for sure. I think if they're not willing to do what you just said, I mean, will.i.am should just get back into producing. He'd be able to generate so much more clout as just a producer. Kind of similar to what Swiss Beats is doing right now. Got in that Lil Wayne song, he's been helping out a bunch of other producers, but because of that, since he's on the production side and he doesn't have to use his famous celebrity to market this song, he just has to make the beats for the song, it ends up selling way better. And will.i.am is like one of the best hip-hop producers of all time. If you get the free time to look up will.i.am's production discography, I definitely recommend doing that. I know he's famous enough where other famous artists would want to work with him in a production sense. I hope he could get back into doing that if, this project doesn't work out.
Yeah. And on a lighter note, let's talk about some happy boss we got. So, first, Lil Dicky was supposed to go on tour this year, but he openly decided not to go on tour because, unlike some people, Kanye, he doesn't make deadlines that he can't meet. And he openly told people it was too much pressure and I can't finish the album and give you guys a quality album and do this tour and do this TV show that I'm working on at the same time. Therefore, he promised in 2019 there will be a tour, there will be a new album, and there will be a new FX comedy TV show written and produced by Lil Dicky himself.
Damn.
On television.
Damn.
This man is putting in work. He's taken the Freaky Friday stardom and ran with it. I mean, he's absolutely ran with it. So he's going to do a lot of big things, and we're excited to see what he's going to do in the future. And I love Lil Dicky. I think he's hilarious. All his music videos are absolutely hilarious. Or relatable.
Yep.
And or relatable, I should say.
Yeah. Just don't dodge the N-word, man.
Yeah. So next year is a big dick year. Full of big dick energy.
Nice.